Soy de Perú, bandido, contento porque en esta parte del mundo he nacido. Más que orgulloso de crecer en donde yo he crecido. Me siento bendecido y aquí me quiero morir, y la verdad porque así será. Agradecido con la vida y con Dios que me puso aquí, y con todo aquello que influyó para que fuera en sí. Porque así yo puedo decirte gracias por mi color, idioma y también por mi idiosincrasia. Yo soy uno más que aprecia la tierra en la que nació. Aunque el género en el que me expreso por aquí no se inventó, pero que chucha, esto es pa' aquel que escucha y se mantiene en lucha con el puño arriba y la capucha. Tierra de donde gran parte siempre se quita, pero regresa pues como un niño a su madre necesita. Gobierna una política maldita donde si se enferma el que no tiene no le regalan ni las curitas. Por eso, pero no es sinónimo de progreso, y no esas mierdas sentadas en el Congreso. En fin, somos de un sitio en donde nada cae del cielo, en donde muchos trabajamos desde niños hasta abuelos. Lo que siempre sé en esta mi tierra crece, a pesar que unas veces no paguen al que cosecha lo que merece. No solo aquí, también en toda América Latina, víctima de aquella supuesta raza más fina. Pero no olviden que en Perú no existen razas, somos una especie de seres humanos que se porten en masa, que cuando se revela atacarán enjambre. Un peruano se puede morir de todo, pero nunca de hambre. Yo represento a los desiertos y a la montaña, aquella selva que si miras de arriba te engaña y te hace pensar que el paraíso está en el suelo, donde se refleja el cielo temprano en la mañana. Yo soy peruano, así que mejor infórmese antes de juzgar a mi apariencia y mi piel morena. Aquellos seres humanos que sobresalen, soportando todo a pesar de que muchos les envenenan. Paisajes de mil colores, comidas de mil sabores, playas con arenas blanquitas, no quiero nada. Tierra de grandes señores, culturas y soñadores, gente amable que te hace pensar, yo me quedo acá. Sufrimos y nos levantamos como otros pueblos hermanos, víctimas de terroristas y tiranos que se llevaron mucho y a muchos para el carajo. Pero el peruano sabe cómo se sale de abajo. Por eso más de lo que sé y de lo que escucho, en todas partes siempre respetan a los peruchos. Y es un hecho que a la mayoría nada le complace, razón por la cual quiere ser el mejor en lo que hace. Y es que así se nace cuando eres peruano, aquí tienes de todo, pero también nada se regala, hermano. Norte, sur o centro, en donde quiera que te pares, lo dijo Romero, el Perú es de la concha su madre. Orgulloso de mi esencia, de mi herencia, tengo un tatuaje en la maleta que te indicará mi procedencia, para que quede bien claro de dónde es que soy. Represento a donde voy y así lo hicimos siempre hasta el sol de hoy. Esta canción yo la compuse estando lejos de mi patria, y no por querer hacerme el pendejo. Desde la costa, por la sierra hasta la selva somos cholos. Si tú me entiendes, no permitas que yo haga este coro solo. Yo represento a los desiertos y a la montaña, aquella selva que si miras de arriba te engaña y te hace pensar que el paraíso está en el suelo, donde se refleja el cielo temprano en la mañana. Yo soy peruano, así que mejor infórmese antes de juzgar a mi apariencia y mi piel morena. Aquellos seres humanos que sobresalen, soportando todo a pesar de que muchos les envenenan.
Chronicles or claim this intellectual property. The content provided today has and always will belong to the content owner. Bible Chronicles does not have any affiliation with the owner of this property. As mentioned, Bible Chronicles did not intend to make use of any material for the purpose of harvesting gain. However, Title 17 of United States copyright law states material and use can only be done when it's for theological or general educational purposes, and thus Bible Chronicles believes that this principal material falls under fair use, which honors protection under Section 107 of the same U.S. copyright law.
Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
estamos aquí. Oye, que estamos aquí. Mírame, estamos aquí. Desde hace rato, cuando ustedes llegaron, ya estaban las huellas de nuestros zapatos. Se robaron hasta la comida de gato y todavía se están lamiendo el plato. Bien encabronado con estos ingratos. Hoy le doy duro a los tambores hasta que me acusen de maltrato. Si no entiendes el dato, pues te lo tiro en cumbia, bossa nova, tango o vallenato. A lo calaboy y bambú, bien frontú, con sangre caliente como Timbuktu. Estamos dentro del menú. Tupac se llama Tupac por Tupac Amaru del Perú. América no es solo USA, papá. Esto es desde Tierra del Fuego hasta Canadá. Hay que ser bien bruto, bien hueco. Es como decir que África es solo Marruecos. Estos canallas se les olvidó que el calendario que usan se lo inventaron los mayas con la Valdivia precolombina. Desde hace tiempo, este continente camina, pero ni con toda la marina pueden sacar de la vitrina la peste campesina. Esto va para el capataz de la empresa. El machete no es solo para cortar caña, también es para cortar cabeza.
Aquí estamos, siempre estamos, no nos fuimos, no nos vamos. Aquí estamos pa' que te recuerde. Si quieres mi machete te muerde. Aquí estamos, siempre estamos, no nos fuimos, no nos vamos. Aquí estamos pa' que te recuerde. Si quieres mi machete te muerde. 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 Te muerde, te muerde.
Los paramilitares, las guerrillas, los hijos del conflicto, las pandillas, las listas negras, los falsos positivos, los periodistas asesinados, los desaparecidos, los narcogobiernos, todos los que robaron, los que se manifiestan y los que se olvidaron, las persecuciones, los golpes de estado, el país en quiebra, los exiliados, el peso devaluado, el tráfico de droga, los carteles, las invasiones, los emigrantes sin papeles, 5 presidentes en 11 días, disparo a quemarropa por parte de la policía, más de 100 años de tortura, la nova trova cantando en plena dictadura. Somos la sangre que sopla la presión atmosférica. Gambino, mi hermano, esto sí es América.
Aquí estamos, siempre estamos, no nos fuimos, no nos vamos. Aquí estamos pa' que te recuerde. Si quieres mi machete te muerde. Aquí estamos, siempre estamos, no nos fuimos, no nos vamos. Aquí estamos pa' que te recuerde. Si quieres mi machete te muerde. 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 Te muerde, te muerde.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Oh shoot, it's working. Oh damn. We may just have an actual interesting morning today. Good morning, familia. Good evening, good afternoon, and good night. I'm just kidding. I hope y'all doing well. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. Title: The Scam of Hidalgo. I mean, it's more than just that title. Let me see if I have it, because I don't know if I saved it here. Let's see. Let's see. There. There. Guadalupe scam of 14 of I'm sorry, for 1840. 14. Damn. That's kind of on my mind too. Sorry. A lot of history in this. Okay. Lots of history in this family. Lots of history in this. You guys are want to stick around, and there's only one. I guess I don't know, family fault, whatever, man. Stick around. Hey, by the way, you know it's funny. After I said what I said, Yehudi never came back. So Yehudi, you're a chick. Stay away. Go feed your man. Go do something productive as a female. Quit trying to battle men. Stupid. Unless you're, LGBTQ, and now you're really confusing because you said you believe in the Bible. So you must know you're gonna die. Presenta Juan Mao. That's right, bro. That's right, bro. Let me give you that. So it's all good, man. Maybe we can get started, bro. Let's just get started. I only need one person. Technically, I don't need many, but one is good enough for me. So let's get going, bro. Let me do this. I'm gonna use Oh yeah. Go over some stuff here. I think it's time for you guys to understand. That's right. We said when I did say I'm going to try to do this every day. So here's the proverb of today. Verse of the day, sorry. November 28th, 2023. Damn. It's crazy. Yay. It says, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me, the Most High. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Do you know why it says thy rod and thy staff? Because the discipline of the scriptures comfort him. And the staff leads his way. Or should I say, protects him. You have to understand that there's a purpose why we're in this so-called debacle, I guess. Blessing and a curse. So our job is to go back into our history and dig, search, and seek. That is our job. As you see, Mo, Juan, not a lot of people, you know this now, man. There's a lot of people that are against what I'm sharing. They think that it's all based on hate. I don't. I mean, if I had to choose an enemy, I'd rather have the clearer one. Like I know what you're about, But we have an enemy that's very deceiving. Two of them, to be exact. Anyhow, so let's begin, man. Good morning again, Juan. Appreciate you here, bro. Let the Most High bless you and your household, man. Glory to you and your household and children, if you have any. Hopefully, you can get something out of this morning, man, because it's gonna be powerful. Okay, I really meditated on this weekend. So again, it says, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, this is the shadow of death." Meaning shadow, it's like not death. It's like almost exactly. Like for example, some of y'all that deal with alcohol or addicts, I walked through the valley of the shadow of death, which is why a lot of these cartoon movies, because I have children still, and my fucking old ass, it's crazy. It really baffles me how Lion King is a powerful message, because here's a lion, a cub that I guess he makes a mistake, so to speak, doesn't listen. His dad dies. He blames himself, leaves his land, doesn't want to be a lion anymore, I guess, because he starts hanging out with the wrong crowd. But he walks through the valley of death first to get to that point. Then a stranger, all of a sudden said, "Listen, man, You're actually a king. And you're like, what? I don't believe it. So now you have to walk back through the valley of death to find yourself. It's very similar. So we are in the shadow of death. I will fear no evil. So even now we have to understand that has to go out the way. Now I understand of course, I get scared sometimes, fam. I'm not going to lie. Right now I'm battling. By the way, I'm going to share this. I have a son who's autistic, severely autistic. He's 23 years old, and he's also blind because he lost his eyesight. I mentioned this before. Sometimes I schedule classes, and because of situations that he's going through right now, because it's very hard, he's dealing with spirits like Mark 5, just like that, like the brother that would rip his chains off his hands. I'm not lying. You guys think I'm crazy. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to be real with you. You can say whatever you want about me. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can do whatever you want. Hey, whatever, you know. You can talk shit. You can call me a beaner, wetbag. I'm stupid. Yeah, you're right. I think with any man, you mess with the kids, that's it. And especially with Raza, right? We're willing to live our give our life up for our family. That's one thing you guys have to understand. That's why when we go to jail, we don't have a choice. You know, like, I remember I was told, listen, if you go to the Pinta, homeboy, you better make a decision. Like, what do you mean? You gotta decide. You gotta roll with some people. Because if you don't, then you're worse. So we don't have a choice. Since we're born. We are conditioned to support our gente, our family. It's just the way we are. Maybe that's why you don't understand our gente. Nah, you good, bro. Don't trip, man. You know me, man. How you doing, you damn Canaanite?
Wait a minute. Who
You
are you?
freaking Phoenician. That's the inside joke between him and I, by the way. So anyhow, that's why this right here matters. Fear no evil. For thou art with me. We are with you. This walk is not by ourselves. I know by me doing these classes, I know now I'm not by myself with these thoughts. Not only that, these experiences. Not only that, the discerning, like, yo, man, this doesn't make sense. They say they are, but why they acting like that? So, see, we knew why so-called gringos acted the way they did. We didn't know why certain people did. Anyways, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me because they're going to lead us through this valley of death. Now, which one is it? I'll give you an example. In case y'all don't know this, man, I'm telling you. And it's not because I'm so-called Mexican, because I told y'all I'm not 100% into that DNA, but, you know, there's got to be some truth in it, some of it. So I'm not saying this because I'm from Mexico. I'm saying this because even when I was there, I was born there, I grew up there, well, at least partially. You could just see that there's a difference. And I'm only saying this because, man, y'all got to put some respect on these raza right here, bro. Because we're going to find out that the Mexicas were the reason why all of y'all are not destroyed. It's going to tell you. I know it's going to hurt your feelings. And I'm right now, I'm considering myself not part of this tribe, okay? I've based on my DNA, it says I'm more this. So right now, I'm going to consider myself this. That's fine with me. I don't care. We're all the same people. I don't give a shit. As long as you guys make some room for me. That's all I care about, okay? So now, it says here, all Latinos. So we, right now, at this time, more than 60-something, 2 million in the U.S. It's 2023. Listen, I just had a baby. I'm 47, going on 48. Okay? So this is after 2021, right? So now we understand the population, boom, we're the ones multiplying, man. Gringos are not, negros are stable right now. That's what you guys are. Canaan, you're hanging in there. Let's say that. You're not dying off. You're just hanging in there. I know you're making up numbers, but we know the numbers. Accounting for approximately 19% of the U.S. total population. 19%. Now, I want to let you know. Don't get it twisted. You see, this is why I laugh at Cubans and a lot of you other ones that are talking shit about Mexicans. Because, again, I'm separating myself in this. Because if you really think about it, right? And Argentinos, we got this little beef over there with them. So I want to show you guys. 62 million plus Latinos, so-called, right? Argentinos make 300,000 of them. Chilenos make 200,000. Colombianos make 1.4 million. Costa Ricans, 180,000. Cubans, shut your asses up, 2.4 million. So right now, shut your ass up. Shut up. Shut up. I'm being real with y'all. I'm telling you right now, shut your asses up. You have nothing to say in this country. Nothing. But apparently the gringo and the Canaanite loves to magnify you. Oh, the Latino vote. Shut your asses up. Dominicans, 2.4. And you know what? The same as you, and they ain't saying shit. Ecuadorianos, almost 1 million. Guatemalans, almost 2 million. Hondureños, 1 million. Hold on, I'll leave that for the end. Nicaraguenses, Nicaraguenses. Like, it's actually, we're gonna listen to a brother. Nicaraguenses, 450,000, 500,000. Okay. Panameños, almost 250,000. Peruanos, almost 1 million. Not even close. 700,000. Puerto Ricans, my brothers, 5.8 million. Salvadoreños, 2.5 million. Spaniards, almost 1 million. Venezolanos, 640,000. Okay. And Mexicans here in America account for 37.2 million Mexicans.
Who are you?
Excuse my language, who the fuck are you guys to tell the majority of the so-called Hispanics to get the hell out of here? And you vote. Cubans. I'm Cuban, B. You're just a fucking few spicks, man. I'm sorry, spicks as in mocos. Like, you're just like a bunch of freckles. Like, you're like a freckles of compared to them. But you want to open your mouth. You see, and this is all because of colonialism. How funny that we are named these individuals here. And for the most part, because we know that there's a lot of people that are not people. I get it. But how is it funny that we're named like this, but yet we are, for the most part, the same people? This is why when I mean the scriptures in Hosea talks about fallow ground, right? You know, break up that fallow ground. Let me show you just the definition. This is why the scriptures say fallow ground. Fallow ground is a dry ground. You see how it's broken up, right? That's a fallow ground, okay? I might as well show you since I brought it up. You know what I'm saying? Hosea 10:10 talks about that, about both sticks coming together. It's his desire, right? Here it goes right here. He mentions furrows. He mentions plowing. He mentions clods, right? Then he says, verse 12, Hosea 10:12, sow yourselves in righteousness, reap in mercy. Sow, meaning plant. Reap, meaning collect. Now, that takes time. Break up your fallow ground. For it is time to seek the Lord till he come and rain righteousness upon you. What is a fallow ground, fam? That's a fallow ground, broken up. It's one land. But each individual piece is no different than this. But you see, y'all forgetting about these people here. You keep making fun of them. You keep saying that they don't mean shit. But yet, if it wasn't for them, we'd all be fucking destroyed. I don't know why you guys don't understand that shit. Yeah, I know. You know what's the funny part, bro? That in 1848 through 1846 and 1860, there was Mayas being transported to Cuba. Like, actually shipped out. I did a class on that. Yeah, 20 years for that. Then again, remember, right? Remember also that, actually, let me remind you, because you don't know this maybe, or you maybe do. After Florida was given to America, then it became part of the 13 colonies, right? 1763, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. It said there that let's see, how did it in 1763. Yeah, 1763. Several people who did not want to be part of the Americas ended up fleeing to Cuba. And a lot of them were African conquistadors. So what do we know that they are? Black conquistadors. So we don't know if he's our people. He's not. But hey, you know what? That's why it shouldn't baffle you no more, right? That's why these scriptures are good. That's why when we read this right here, this beautiful scripture, it shouldn't surprise y'all. Because now we're like, oh, wait a minute, that makes sense. Right? Ecclesiastes 5:8. If thou see the oppression of the poor and violent perverting of judgment and justice in the providence, marvel not at the matter. Don't be surprised. Now we know. It's like, oh, okay. Maybe they're not our people. Yeah. Maybe they are. And he's just a sellout. Maybe that's the case. We don't know. So what is worse? Being a sellout or being the enemy? He's going to get it worse if he is a sellout. Because look, again, I'm sorry, Candy. I'm stepping aside here. I'm not saying because of me. But I see a constant digging towards them. They ain't shit. They don't amount to shit. They're rapists. They're murderers. They're short. They're ugly. That's all I hear. But yet you got people that want to be like them. They want to be Maya's Aztecs. They want to be all that shit. So this is going towards y'all right there. I want you to understand that we have some of the greatest people in the entire planet of the earth. Okay. Now, what I'm going to show you right now is again, and I'm doing this, family, because man, it's time to uplift y'all, bro. We've been put down too long with the worst connotations that you can imagine. There's absolutely no, there's obviously reasons why none of y'all want to know who you are. Absolutely. What? I don't want to know that shit, man. We're a bunch of dumbass indios. Somos estúpidos, güey. That's all we knew. But I'm going to show you something right now, family. Now, my son, who is autistic, he's extremely intelligent. Okay. So autistic children are not dumb. And some of these people have been ill diagnosed with autism or Asperger's or troubled kids. I'll just say shared, me personally, I was one of them. I was a troubled kid, so did they say. And because of my troubled ways, supposedly, right, I wasn't the so-called preferred student. But I'm going to say something to you guys. There is a so-called phenomena coming about out of Mexico. They call them niños superdotados, children with a very high IQ. And Mexico has been seeing this phenomena because now they got millions of children coming out of Mexico with higher IQs than any other nation in the entire world. So when I freaking tell y'all that we created the binary code for the communication of machines that Bill Gates, or what's his name, Steve Jobs, took advantage of, or Bill Gates, right? If it wasn't for us, this goes to you wobbles, for you gringos, for all of you strangers from afar. And this goes for all our gente that's been scattered everywhere. You are beautiful people. Now it's time to wake the hell up to the wisdom that the Most High gave you. Let's go.
Today, this very girl has an IQ more than that of Albert Einstein and Stephen Hawking.
Coeficiente intelectual superior al de los físicos Albert Einstein o Stephen Hawking.
Mexican girl hopes to work with the NASA one day and is currently promoting space exploration.
Verdadero orgullo, pues es la niña mexicana que fue invitada por la agencia espacial.
¿Sabían ustedes que en México existe alrededor de 1 millón de niños superdotados?
So, sorry about the video. It says, in case you guys don't know, that there's over 1 million recently diagnosed children of high IQ coming out of Mexico. Listen to this.
En México existe alrededor de 1 millón de niños superdotados. Este número astronómico lo colocaría entre uno de los primeros países del mundo en donde ocurre este fenómeno. Es por eso que el día de hoy vamos a estar reaccionando a una niña genio de México. Su nombre es Adara Pérez y está tomando a todo el mundo por sorpresa, ya que con tan solo 11 años está mostrando muchísimo interés en la astronomía y todo indica que va a ser la primera mexicana en pisar la luna. Así que si es primera vez que están viendo este video, no duden en suscribirse al canal y por supuesto dejarme un comentario. Vamos a ver esto ya mismo.
Adara Maite Pérez, una niña de 11 años, te lo firmo desde ahorita porque lo estoy decretando. Es la siguiente astronauta de nuestro país.
Ok.
Y tiene 11 años. ¿Cuál es la historia? Desde los 6, 7 años, ella empezó a destacar, ¿no?, por su coeficiente intelectual. Actualmente, a sus 11 años, tiene un coeficiente intelectual de 162. Es superior al de Albert Einstein y al de Stephen Hawking. Tiene ya una...
Hey, family, wait, hold on. She's too brown, bro. They're gonna say say she's African. Shit. Listen, family, don't take this lightly. Not one bit. Do not take this lightly one bit. You know what your spirit has been chewing on. We got the scriptures here to prove it. We just read it a little while ago. Right? And by the way, family, I'm going a little slow. I'm a little passive right now. I'm kind of relaxed a bit. Sorry. Not going too fast. This is early in the morning, man. I'm kind of glad I'm back in class rhythm again. So walk with me. Again, it says clearly what the Most High is asking from us. It says, sow yourselves in righteousness, break up that fallow ground, for it is time to seek the Lord till he come and rain righteousness upon you. Why? You have plowed wickedness. You have reaped iniquity. You have eaten the fruit of lies. Let me go back. Sow to yourselves in righteousness. Reap in mercy. Break up your fallow ground. You're not as dry brain as you thought you were. You're not as dry, stupid as you thought. You're not some dumb Mexican or dumb Hispanic or dumb Venezolano or dumb Puerto Rican or dumb Cuban. I'm not dissing my gente. I'm just mad at y'all a little bit, Cuban. I'm just a little upset. If you're sellouts, man, shit. If you're an enemy, I don't give a shit. I'm glad I'm calling me Cuban because you're not our people. You are what you are. But again, sow yourselves to righteousness and reap in mercy. Break up that fallow ground, that dry mentality that you used to think like, man, we're just Taínos, we're just Mexicas, we're just Mayas, we're just, Aztecs. That's all we are. Well, we were happy with that though. I'm not going to lie. For it is time to seek the Lord. No, I'm sorry. Break up your fallow ground, for it is time to seek the Lord till he come and rain righteousness upon you, because ye have plowed wickedness, ye have reaped mercy. All we've ever planted were spigs, were bedbags, were beaners. We're not going to amount to nothing. That's why our grades in school suck. They prep you for failure. Mentally, spiritually, they break you down. Why would you want to even try? And those few kids, those fighters, but even when you get to the histories of these books, and you read about, not you, what is so interesting about other people? I'm not interested in other people. I'm interested in my gente. Ye have plowed wickedness, ye have reaped iniquity, ye have eaten the fruit of lies. That's all we've been ever taught. Because thou didst trust in thy way and in the multitude of thy mighty men. I mean, obviously, at this time, we're children. That's what we knew. But we did accept the fruit of lies. And here we're seeing that, you know what? There's a lot of us and a lot of our kids, and we see in our children, bro, and even our parents. Our parents are very smart people. Just because they worked in the field or they worked in a factory, that didn't make them stupid at all. Very wise people. My dad was probably one of the smartest men I ever talked to, man. And but the way he said shit and done things. My dad had this saying like, "Hey, listen, bro." In Spanish, he would say, "O estás embarazada." What did he say? Something about like it's either are or you're not. You're not half pregnant. Like you're either pregnant or you're not. Basically saying you're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. You either are or you're not. You're either pregnant or you're not pregnant. You're not half pregnant. A lot of concepts like that, fam. You guys won't understand, but let's go.
Una ingeniería en sistemas industriales, una ingeniería en matemática un diplomado en ondas gravitacionales.
11 años.
A los 11 años. Un diplomado en ondas gravitacionales por la Universidad Nacional Autónoma de México. Y actualmente cursa una maestría en ciencias en ingeniería mecánica en el Departamento de Investigación de Posgrado del Instituto Politécnico Nacional.
Tienes que decretar y como se descuiden va a ser la directora de la NASA, ¿no?
Es que justo uno de sus... Ella lo que dice... Mira.
Dice, he says, cuando se descuiden, va a ser la directora de la NASA. Woo! Now, again, that's not the wisdom that we need. But I'm showing you why they like to separate us. And why you guys need to understand that the people that you're spitting on are actually the people that are going to help you the most. Isaiah, let's go.
Y si usted la busca así como tal, es más, lo invito a que la busque, a que la googlee. Adara Maite Pérez. Uno de sus sueños, obviamente, como le digo, es ser astronauta. Y en el 2020 estuvo en la NASA platicando con los ingenieros, con toda la gente que trabaja ahí. Y ella te lo dice. Yo tengo 2 metas en la vida. 1, ser astronauta y ganar el premio Nobel de la Paz.
Una niña originaria de Veracruz, entonces apenas de 8 años de edad, con un coeficiente intelectual superior al de los físicos Albert Einstein o Stephen Hawking. Platiqué con ella en este estudio y me contó que tenía varios planes y varios sueños. Uno de ellos era astronauta. Hoy está más cerca de cumplirlo.
Una maestría en el Instituto Politécnico Nacional.
Bueno, la primera fue la de Ingeniería Industrial en Sistemas y la segunda fue en Matemáticas.
Cuando cumpla 12 años, Adra tendrá la preparación necesaria para incorporarse a un programa de cotutela doctoral en colaboración con Francia.
Wow.
Mismo que le permitirá aplicar sus conocimientos en seguridad estructural de naves espaciales y lograr su mayor sueño.
Es que soy astronauta porque mi sueño es pisar la luna.
Desde tiempo atrás teníamos planeado.
Again, the point was this right here. Listen to this, okay? In case you guys just walked in here. Watch what he says. There's lots of kids coming out of Mexico with this type of IQ. Not white looking, not gringos, none of that shit. That's what people usually assume. They see a brown little girl. Es una estúpida, güey. You see, these are the children that you're stopping at the border and judging based on color. This is what you so-called Christians are doing. You pass laws in Texas and Florida to arrest people that look like her. Because there's absolutely no connotation of illegal immigration to black people or white people, Europeans, shit, Asians, maybe Arab, you'll pull them over because of the whole Islam shit. But you ain't going to pull over these people here. Matter of fact, I have an aunt on my mom's side. She's albino, right? Straight up albino, bro. Straight up albino, bro. My tío has manchas and shit, you know, like in his back. He's dark here, but manchas here. But my tia, she's straight up albino, right? You know, which obviously also debunks the whole blackity black thing. Now you gotta be black only to be albino. That's not true. I got him in my family, stupid asses. Anyways, she's wackety white. And like every time, the times that she came to the States, they didn't even bother asking her for papers, bro. That's how weird it was. But that's not what you see here. It was the American education system was set up to fail. I forgot what place America comes in when it comes to the education. Well, it's not. You know what, bro? I find it interesting. It's true, and not in a sense of categorically against other countries. Yeah, we suck. Supposedly we, right? But it's not that the point. You see, because here they elevate everybody to a level like, oh my God, we're gods, right? But at the same time, their education elevates or de-elevates your level because they feed their spirit. They don't feed you. They never told you this right here. When you were in school, you knew when you were in school who had the best grades and who assumed that when you came in, they were going to have the better grades. 3 kids, white, black, brown. Which ones did you assume or teachers assume were going to have the better grades? And which ones did they assume were naturally smarter? Not you guys.
¿Sabían ustedes que en México existe alrededor de 1 millón de niños superdotados? Este número astronómico
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. That was quick heading me. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Oh, sorry, Pedro, man. You got it a while, bro. My bad. Good. I didn't talk that much. I did. Maybe I did. Okay, cool. All right. So we have here. I didn't really say much, by the way, in case you missed it. A book called The American Holocaust. Now, some of y'all probably seen it. Columbus and the Conquest of America. Okay. So in this book here, you see, this is, I mean, literally, it says the American Holocaust, right? So when have they ever considered your death as a Holocaust? Never. Right? Now, we're going to go in the same vein here. We're talking about superdotados, powerful people. Y'all are special, man. You just didn't know it. So now, for you guys that are wondering, damn, man, these pinches Mexicanos, wait, there's some great-ass boxers, bro. I don't know what it is, dude. They got no muscles, you know what I'm saying? But damn, they can fight. Check this out. This is from page 75. And again, the statements that I make are statements that are made towards us. Okay? It's not new. So I'm just freely saying it because I don't give a shit because that's true. All right? So let's read. Unlike most of the Caribbean peoples, the Spanish encountered the inhabitants of Mexico, had a good deal of experience with warfare. To be sure, Aztec warriors were trained in highly individualistic fighting techniques. Since the aim of battle was not to kill masses of the enemy, but rather to capture and bring back a single worthy opponent to be sacrificed at the following year's ceremony of fertility. Still, those fighting skills were formidable, and when combined with the Aztecs' enormous numerical advantage, they were more than a match for any invading army of Europe, as the European interlopers' own accounts make clear. Individual Indian warriors repeatedly showed themselves the equal and more of any among the Spanish militia. We know now that the Spanish were not just gringos, cabrones. This includes you Africans too. The story of one Aztec soldier who, in hand-to-hand combat, fought off a handful of Spanish horsemen. When they could not bring him down, one of the Spaniards threw his lance at the Indian, who caught it. You believe that? Like they throw it, whoosh, turns around and catches that shit. And fought for another hour before being shot by two archers and then stabbed. Was but one among innumerable such reports from the conquistadors themselves. Now, watch this. Unlike most of the Caribbean people in the Spanish encounter, the inhabitants of Mexico had a good deal of experience with warfare. Was it this one? No, here it goes right here. They had already gone through several places, family. Okay? Look, in less than the normal lifetime of a single human being, an entire culture of millions of people, thousands of years of residence in their homeland had been exterminated. Oh, but that doesn't matter, right? All we know is you guys were exterminated because you were stupid. You guys were weak. We came in and destroyed you. We civilized you. Look, all of the horrific genocide that had occurred in 20th century against Armenians, Jews, Gypsies, Igbos, Bengalis, Timorese, Kampucheans, Ugandans, and more, none have come close to destroying this many or this great a proportion of woolly, innocent people. And then Spanish turned their attention to the mainland of Mexico and Central America. These Spaniards weren't just gringos, family. I need you to understand that. I need you to understand that. You need to wash that thought. Oh, it's just gringos. It's just gringos. It's just gringos. No. Spade a spade. The slaughter had barely begun. The exquisite city of Tenochtitlan was next. But it looks like they couldn't even handle y'all. Well, guess what? I found a video that substantiates some of this talk here. Let's listen in for a second. All right. Let's listen in and enjoy the class.
Caracoles y trompetas retumban en la montaña. Les daba pavor pelear con los guerreros mexicanos. Mira, hay una crónica de Caracoles y trompetas retumban en la montaña. Les daba pavor pelear con los guerreros mexicanos. Mira, hay una crónica de un fraile que se llamó José de Acosta, también conocido como Joseph de Acosta. Él en sus historias dice que le daba gallardía al encuentro, mejor dicho, le daba gallardía ver un combate de un guerrero con otro. Le daba gallardía al encuentro que un guerrero águila o jaguar, desafiara a 20 guerreros. Y era causa que uno o dos de estos guerreros desbarataran un ejército, que enfijado el pie en un sitio, no bastaba moverlos de allí, 100 hombres, ver un...
Go back to listen to this. A lot of times I play video and I go fast. You got to pay attention to what he's saying. And I don't know why it's not loud enough, and maybe it's my headphones. But let's listen to this again, okay?
Combate de un guerrero con otro. Le daba gallardía al encuentro que un guerrero águila o jaguar, desafiara a 20 guerreros. Y era causa que uno o dos de estos guerreros desbarataran un ejército.
So one or two warriors were capable of destroying like a unit, okay? A unit of soldiers. Let's go.
Que enfijado el pie en un sitio, no bastaba moverlos de allí, 100 hombres a dos guerreros mexicanos.
No, in Spanish, well, I mean, like what he says, when the warriors planted down, like he's like, he's planted down, ready to go. All of a sudden, man, you can't move the guy. Like he's planted down, he's ready. Like let's go. I'm ready now. Very very set. Let's go.
Mexicano. Y entonces la gente piensa que los españoles llegaron como Rambos, acabando con todos los guerreros de este país. Pues no es cierto, fueron traiciones. Y ellos peleaban nomás con mujeres, niños y ancianos. Ellos peleaban al final. Ellos nunca pelearon en encuentros directos con los españoles, con los mexicanos. Cuando tuvieron encuentros directos con los guerreros aztecas, perdían. Un solo guerrero, la famosa historia de Citlalcatzin, que después de que los vencen de esa famosa noche de la victoria, él los va persiguiendo. Un solo guerrero, Citlalcatzin, un capitán, no lo podían vencer a un guerrero. Le tenían pavor porque se disfrazaba, salía con su atuendo de oro, de repente con jade, con plumas, de repente con manta, se disfrazaba de muchas formas, le tenían pavor a Citlalcatzin, un solo guerrero, y nomás a puras pedradas se los llevaba. Imagínate. Entonces, todo esto te lo platican de esa forma para que tu estima baje, para que le hagas nomás cuando estás borracho. Sí.
Hey, you hear this, family? They don't tell you these things. They don't tell you that any of that. No, they want you to be cowards. They want you to be cowards. They want you to be cowards. Scriptures say, man, I made you strong against their foreheads. We've been through this before, family. We've been through this with Canaan, Edom. Now we're going to be doing with Khazars. But I want you to understand that this is not something to overlook. Our fight in the flesh is no longer the case. My camera died like always. Okay? It's no longer the case. Our fight now is spiritual.
Estás borracho. Sí se puede. Sí. Para que le hagas nomás cuando estás borracho. Sí se puede. Sí se puede.
So he's saying, like, yeah, like this is all good and, whatever. You don't know any of this, but, only when you're drunk, sí se puede. Well, watching boxing and shit. Then all of a sudden, yeah, I can do it. But yet, you didn't realize that you could. You were a generational warrior. Let's go.
Para que le hagas nomás cuando estás borracho. Sí se puede. Sí se puede. Nunca pueden pinches mexicanos, ni en el fútbol. Porque al meter historias como estas, la religión que tú dijiste es impuesta a huevo, la cristiana católica, que es una de las más arcaicas de este planeta, ¿verdad? Entonces la gente se desvaloriza, ¿no? Se le hinca a un Dios muerto.
Oye,
Todo... lastimado.
Fíjate que conforme tú vas narrando, me vienen sonando.
You know that you saw that he said se le hinca un Dios muerto, right? Scriptures talk about that. Those idols that Christianity worships, they're dead. They don't move. They pray to white Jesus on a cross, and that thing is just sitting there. Let's go.
Todavía más preguntas, ¿no? ¿Cuáles fueron las principales razones que orientaron a los tlaxcaltecas a aliarse con los españoles? ¿Y qué otras historias mal contadas hay en nuestra historia? Por citarte un ejemplo, el hecho de que nosotros éramos unos sanguinarios porque sacrificábamos a las personas, que porque nos comíamos los corazones, que porque comíamos perro, etcétera, ¿no? Todas esas historias que se han formado en la percepción de la sociedad mexicana y que han pasado de generación en generación, ¿no? ¿Qué nos puedes hablar de todo esto?
Mira, lo mismo que te digo, son historias para que te afrentes y te avergüences de tu cultura. Nada más ve, si yo te cuento esto, que tus ancestros eran salvajes, que tus ancestros eran sanguinarios, como dices, que tus ancestros comían corazones humanos, ¿verdad? Que eran unos inconscientes y sin razón. Pues ni vas a querer saber de ellos, ¿verdad? Pero claro, si te digo lo siguiente, que en esa época en el mundo, cuando el esplendor mexica, era la cultura que más sabía de astronomía en el planeta. ¿Lo sabías?
Claro, por
más
supuesto.
De astronomía en el mundo. Dos.
Incluso, sí.
Sabían de ingeniería hidráulica porque la ciudad estaba construida.
We knew astrology. We knew engineering. We knew hydraulics. We understood degrees in mathematics. Family, this is not a joke. This is real serious stuff, man. I remember I was like in 5th grade, and there was this program called Logo. It was like a new engineering type. There was like a demo type. Anyways, this is the kind of program that engineers use. You would type in commands and based on degrees. And it wasn't an easy program. Adults were having a hard time understanding it, but yet only a couple of us kids in that class figured it out. We understood how to put commands and how to make this dot move into certain directions based on degrees. Me and another kid were the ones that created a star. He created something else. Everyone else was just guessing. We actually put the actual commands. Now, I'm not boastful. I'm not any better than y'all, man. I'm just like you. What I'm saying is we have the same spirit. Y'all need to start believing it. Some of us just believed it a long time ago. Let's go.
Sobre los lagos, ¿verdad? Sí. Que sabían de ingeniería agronómica. Somos los inventores del maíz. Inventores del
That's
maíz.
Right.
¿Verdad? Y además, ahora las computadoras y los telefonitos, todo eso funciona gracias al código mexicano binario. Ceros y unos, puntos y rayas y la fórmula 2013. Y esa fórmula ahora se usa en las computadoras. Es mexicana. Entonces aquí la gente pensaba como computadora.
You know what he means by aquí la gente pensaba como computadora?
Wait a minute. Who are you?
We are the engineers of the world. Anyways, so what he means like computador is because we have a high degree of intelligence, a high degree of functionality, a high degree of understanding complexities, because our spirit is built different. That's why. That's why we, no matter what has occurred in our lifetime or even in the lifetime of our parents or since 1492, we are still here. Still here overcoming. No matter what they throw at us. Let's continue.
¿Verdad? El Vaticano corrigió sus calendarios medievales y arcaicos gracias a esta fórmula, que es súper exacta. Y ahora, ¿quién usa la numeración binaria? La NASA, para sus cálculos astronómicos, ¿verdad? Y pueden calcular y predecir ahora, pero gracias a estos números. Y entonces cuando tú sabes esas cosas grandiosas, dices, a ver, espérame, entonces, ¿quiénes son? Y yo vengo de ahí, pues claro que vienes de ahí, hermano.
You see that, family? Claro que vienes de ahí, hermano. Shit, man. Hell, bro. Why is it so hard for you to believe that you guys are actually like the chosen people of the Most High? And that's not to be better than others in the sense of stepping on their face and demanding slavery. So my question to you guys is this: do y'all hate the other nation more, much more than you love your own gente? Because I got a question. I got that question. I didn't get it myself. I just, in my mind, I'm like, do I hate the enemy more than I love my people? Why am I doing this? Am I doing this because I hate them? Because I love my gente. So me personally, I do it because I love my gente. I do it because I love my history, and I want to share it with y'all. I want to share with y'all how powerful you guys are. Other people, they hate the enemy more than they love y'all. Then that's one thing you guys you got to start discerning. And you see, these BHIs, they hate the white man more than they hate their own people. Those are facts. They hate the white man more than they hate their own people. You see, I am pointing out facts because I love my gente. And I want y'all to wake up to the truth that you are beyond what we've been told. It's different. So you need to ask yourselves, do you hate the enemy so much more than you love your people? Because if you say, oh yeah, I hate the enemy, but you can't teach your family, then you're a liar. If you say, oh, I love my people, but you're not changing, you're a liar. No, we got to be warriors, but then you hate the enemy more than you love your people, because it starts at the home. And if you can't change that shit, then you'll never rule, and you were never meant to rule. This wisdom of the Most High. Yeah. Matter of fact, hey, listen, check this out. I was thinking about this, Pedro. The president of Argentina, right? The new one. Well, you know, Argentina is right next to Chile, right? Now, Argentina says they're going to go American dollar on the country. Well, who's next to Chile? Argentina. And what's in Chile? The massive amount of lithium. See? Follow the money.
Somos herederos legítimos de culturas milenarias, eso acabo de decir. Entonces, la historia distorsionada desde que estaban, según los aztecas, subyugaban a todos. ¿Cómo los van a subyugar a todos si en esa época en México todos los pueblos eran guerreros? Eran guerreros.
About the alliance and lenience. Now, let me show you something real quick, fam. These kind of people, again, remember I told you the scam of Hidalgo, right? They scammed y'all. That's what happened. That's my point. They really made you guys believe, we're helping you. If it wasn't for us, you would have died. You would have killed each other, and you would have, like that stupid African Candace girl. She had the nerve to say that that Taínos were asking the Spanish for help because they were eating each other. Yeah, Candace Owens, that African, West African chick that wants to call herself African American, who votes Republican, who married a white guy, who has white babies, right? That one right there. She said that, oh yeah, Taínos were begging the Spanish for help because they were eating each other. That's what that tramp said. Yeah. Supposedly she loves her people, but she marries the enemy at this. Actually, no. White and black folks, y'all that I was reading the book called "The Color Knows No Cuddle Line" or some shit like that. It's very interesting because in that book you can just see the miscegenation of white and black, just love between each other. Yeah, man, they do. That's true, bro. Yeah, very true, bro. Very true. Even though they do this continually. Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 10. This is in their mindset. This is in their spirit, okay? Verse 1, first of all. For the ungodly said, reasoning within themselves, but not all right. You see, reasoning within themselves. This is the thought in their minds. Verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient of gray hairs of the age. And you're like, this is the enemy. That's how they think. So their nature is to oppress. You know why? Because they don't want to be on the bottom. They don't want to be on the bottom. That's the bottom line. They don't want to be on the bottom. Like, I just don't want to be, like, that's the case, family. What nation of people would have that kind of spirit to come and oppress the righteous man, the poor righteous man, that they won't spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged? This type of person, these type of people. Deuteronomy 28:49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. We don't speak their language. They came from Europe, from afar, from the end of the earth, with the sign of eagles. This nation also is a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. Here we see they won't even care about the ancient grays. They're here to oppress. Let our strength be the law of justice. Doctrine of discovery. For that which is feeble, found it to be nothing worthy. The papal bull. Let our strength be the law of justice. The papal bull. We're here to civilize you. We're here to convert you into Christians. For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. See, you guys are weak. You guys are beaners, wetbags, spigs. Come on. You guys are Indians. We're civilized. We're great people. We came in and with this whole Renaissance is because God gave us this whole gift of wisdom. Eugenics, family. White people use eugenics on you, and now black people are using eugenics on you again because they're both saying the same thing. If in case you read this book, right, the color, nose, color line, whatever, it's like they went everywhere and populated everything. Black everywhere, everywhere. But they specifically say that they mix with the white man. So I very, very, very love. One day I'm going to bring that book out so I could show you guys some things here. So it says here, therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn. Let us lie in wait. Who does that? Seditious nations. Who goes and robs and steals from you? Who's trying to say that you're not from here no more? Because he is not for our turn. He is clean contrary to our doings. Why? Because people love you. And people understand when they go to Mexico, man, these people are very cool, blah, 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 blah. He upbraided us with our offending the law. Why? Because in our spirit, for the most part, we got good soul. And objected to our infamy, the transgressions of our education. What education? Conquer and rule. Capitalism. Survival of the fittest. Let's be individualites. Let's forget about the family nucleus of the actual ancient days, or parents listening to our fathers or mothers, going to them for advice. No. Everybody, no. You are your own man. You're in your own house. Don't worry about what anybody else says to you. Matter of fact, don't go and get advice from nobody, man. Now, get advice from counselors, strangers. Don't go and get advice from your dad or your grandpa or anybody like that. No. Our education is key. It says here, and objected to our infamy, the transgression of our education. He professed to have the knowledge of God, which they knew, which is why they destroyed a lot of our history. He called himself the child of the Lord, which we were, children of the Most High. They knew that. He was made to reprove our thoughts. That's right. That's why you're here too. That's why the Bible, it says, the two prophets tormented them. He is grievous unto us, even to behold, for his life is not like other men's. His ways over another fashion. How the hell are these guys crossing the border constantly? And why are y'all sending money back to your people? Who does that? I remember in these BHI rooms that we used to tell, like, so-called Judah, right? These West Africans. You Northern Kingdom, you guys have a hard time letting go of your wives. No, you dumbass. We have a hard time letting go of our kids, of our family. Because that's the way of the Most High, to create families. He is grievous unto us, even to behold, for life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. Yes, you guys are counterfeits. For one, the gringo says, Doctrine Discovery, we came to civilize you. You are counterfeits because you were very uncivilized. And wobbles, now you're trying to say you are us. What more can counterfeits be? He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. Yes, that debauchery, body count after body count, homosexuality, LGBTQ. Who pushes that? White and black. He pronounced it that the end of his just to be blessed. Yeah. And make it his boast that God is his father. You damn right. So then he says, let us see if his words be true. Let us prove what shall happen to his end, to the end of him. For if the just man be the son of God, he will help him and deliver him from the hands of his enemies. You see, this right here, family, it's important. That's why Malachi 3:16 says this right here. I'm going to show you something. That's why it's good that you guys are listening and coming in and trying to communicate at least one way or the other, man. We're at least trying. I ain't going to lie. We're at least trying. Where you at? Watch this. Because check this out. It's not necessarily about you or me. It says, Malachi 3:16, and they that fear the Lord spake often one to another. You see, they that fear the Lord, that understood his discipline, that understood what the commandments are. The first 4 was between us and the Father, and the last 6 was between us. And a lot of them fall under that. They that fear the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord heard it. And the Lord hearkened, and heard it. And a book of remembrance was written before him for them that fear the Lord, and the thought upon his name. And that thought upon his name. You see that? So here we see, when will this happen? When we start communicating often. When we start seeing, hey, listen, we are the same people. Hey, I got to look out for that, brother. You know, even something so simple like, hey, man, listen, man, we can't hear you, bro. You know, stop, we can't hear you, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's very helpful. Then it says here, well, anyways, for if the just man be the son of God, he will help him and deliver him from the hands of his enemies. When we start what? Communicating often. Because then the Most High will hearken and he'll hear it. Then they say, let us examine him with despitefulness and torture. Damn spics. Build a wall. Pass laws. They just passed a law in Texas, getting rid of any so-called illegal immigrant, illegal alien, they call it. Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture. Don't these Republicans supposedly push for, no abortion? Oh, we're pro-life. We're pro-life. We're pro-life. But you're quick to kill. We're pro-life, but you're over there and supporting Israelis, fake Jews, killing Palestinians. But you're pro-life. Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. And y'all know raza, man. Y'all are patient, bro. You guys are just... No digas nada, güey. No digas nada, güey. No te preocupes. Dios los va a castigar. Remember we hear that? Let us condemn him with shamefulness of death. Shameful death. Let us condemn him with a shameful death. Remember that video I showed you with the young man and his daughter dead at the river? That is a shameful death, family. Why? Because somebody passed a law that told him you can't cross the border. You or your daughter. Even though you're starving and you want a job, it doesn't matter. Let us condemn him with a shameful death. So when you die and drown at the border, right? Guess what? It doesn't matter to us. You deserve it. You broke the law. Such things they did imagine and were deceived, for their own wickedness had blinded them. As for the mysteries of God, they knew them not. God loves America. How can God love what kills? How can God love what is constantly at war with everybody? How can you say you love your own people when you're feeding them a bunch of food full of shit? Neither hope they for the wages of righteousness, nor discern a reward for blameless souls. For God created man to be immortal. This is why the wisdom of us is deep, and made them to be the image of his own eternity. Nevertheless, through the envy of the devil, who's coveting you? Who's coveting you right now? Who wants what you have? They say that you're not the so-called Mayas or Aztecs anymore. Now they say they are. Who came to this land and used the doctrine of discovery? Use the Bible to take your land. And then they go the next day and say church and state is separate. Nevertheless, through the envy of the devil, came death into the world. And they that do hold of his side do find it. Family, that's why I'm telling you something right now. Listen to this scripture right here. Hopefully you guys can get it because I'm going to have to do something real quick. Something just came up. Matthew 12:30. Watch what it says. It says here, he that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad. Wherefore I say unto you, all manner of sin and blasphemy shall be forgiven unto men, but the blasphemy against the Holy Ghost shall not be forgiven unto men. You know, you guys that make fun of the book, the whole book. You guys call them names. You guys, DJC, that fake book, the New Testament, that's evil, wicked. That is the holy book. Also, the Holy Ghost means a couple things. And whosoever speaketh a word against the Son of Man, it shall be forgiven. Yeah. But whosoever speaketh against the Holy Ghost, it shall not be forgiven. Neither in this world, neither in the world to come. That's why, family, either make the tree good and its fruit good, or else make the tree corrupt and its fruit corrupt. For the tree is known by his fruits. The tree is known by his fruits, fam. Check this out. Let me show you this real quick. Matthew 23:26. It says, thou blind Pharisees, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, that the outside of them may be clean also. Then he reads, woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones and all of uncleanness. We see the examples of Christians. This country is full of this. They claim to believe in God and want to celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving and Jesus. Oh, honk if you love Jesus. Even so, ye also outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within ye are full of hypocrisy and iniquity. We see it left and right. BHI, Christianity, y'all don't stop, man. You don't stop. You guys do appear. Yeah, you go get your little garments, and you go try to teach at the corner and shit, do all your little funky stuff. But at the end of the day, you end up getting in a fight because it's my corner, Hack. Perfect example, huh? what a great example of people. You know what I'm saying? What a great example. I just laugh at it. Ecclesiastes 18:31. It reads, cast away from you all your transgressions, whereby ye have transgressed, and make you a new heart and a new spirit. For why will ye die, O house of Israel? For I have no pleasure in the death of him that dieth, say the Lord. You see, family, when you're living in sin and transgressions, and you're not really trying to find out who you are according to the Bible, you're dead. You're dead. You're basically dead. And he has no pleasure in that. Oh, I love God. I love God. You know what I'm saying? I just don't have time to read. I just can't read, bro. I fall asleep. I just have a hard time. The hell with your milk. Okay. That's fine. It's okay. Because scriptures basically talk about it, bro. There are people that say they hate evil, but they don't necessarily. Why? Because evil is also fury, anger, resentment. Hate the evil and love the good. But see, there's a way to hate. And establish judgment in the gates. Hate the evil, love the good, and establish judgments in the gates. And it may be that the Lord of hosts will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph. Now, this is a pretty good scripture here because there's deeper breakdowns. You can talk about, what the gates mean, hate the evil, love the good. And then like, oh, I love a righteous hate. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know the Bible. Just shut up. That's what bothers me sometimes, man. Y'all think you know the Bible. Where is it at? I hate every false way. Where is it at? Hold on. Let me see where my phone is. Give me a second, fam. This one. Check this out. Do I hate them? Oh Lord, I hate thee. Do I hate them that hate thee? Oh, I'm sorry. Do I hate them, oh Lord, that hate thee? I am not. I grieve with those. What the hell? That's not the one I wanted. Come on, man. That's dumb. What the hell are you doing, bro? Excuse my language right here. It's just, I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them my enemies. Okay, so like, check this out. That's what he's talking about, right? Yeah, you see that? You gotta hate them. You gotta hate them. No, he's not talking about people, bro. It says here, down, verse 2. Now, say verse 1. Oh Lord, thou hast searched me and known me. Thou knoweth my down sitting and my uprising. Thou understanding my thoughts afar off. You see, up and down. When he's good and when he's bad. When he's down and when he's up. Thou compassest my path and my lying down, and are acquainted with all my ways. He keeps going. Verse 6, such knowledge is too wonderful for me, right? Verse 11, if I say, surely the darkness shall overcome me. You see how he's going? Like he's talking about himself. Verse 16, thine eyes did see my substance, yet being imperfect. So he's talking about himself, right? Then in verse 19, surely thou wilt slay the wicked, O God. Depart from me, therefore, ye bloody men, sinners. For they speak against thee wickedly, and thine enemies take thy name in vain. Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee? I am not grieved with those that rise up against thee. I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them my enemies. Watch this. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Trust me, try me and know my thoughts. So what does he hate? His evil mind. He hates his evil mind, and he hates the evilness of people, meaning the evil thoughts, meaning the ones that introduce sin to him, those that lead to sin. This is not talking about hating other nations. I hate them with perfect hate. Oh, I hate the white man. Oh, I hate the black man now. Oh, I hate the Arabs now. I hate the Palestinians. I hate the Israelis. I hate everybody. No, you know what you got? You got wickedness in you. That's what it is. I'll show you one more, just so you can see. Like, people have to understand what they're reading. And when you're blaspheming in the scriptures, I don't feel pity for you. Is Sirach 23:1 says, O Lord, Father and Governor of all my life, leave me not to their counsel and let me not fall by them. You see that right there, you would think, oh yeah, you're right. It's the enemy. It's the enemy. No, look. Who will set scourges over my thoughts and the discipline of wisdom over my heart? You see, the discipline of wisdom. You see what I mean by the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. Psalms 111 and 10. Here it says the discipline of wisdom. So the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, meaning the discipline is the beginning of wisdom. And it says, they that spare me not for mine ignorance, and they pass not by my sins, meaning his thoughts, his mind. You guys have to start understanding that we come from a very, very deep root. And our goal is to gather together. Listen to this.
Hay una frase que ellos escribieron en el documento sagrado, que es el Popol Vuh, cuando dijeron que todos se levanten, que no haya ni uno, ni dos, ni uno que se adelante, ni otro que se quede atrás. Todos juntos, todos de la mano.
That's what I'm sharing, family, right there, fam. All together, all holding together. I'm That's why BHI is all full of shit. This is we're ahead. Nah, that's not what it means. Great leaders don't. Matter of fact, great leaders don't. They do get ahead, but they don't act like it. They're just like their warriors. They ain't no better than them. And that's what you guys don't understand because you're not Israel. You're just a damn spiritual, damn evil, wicked Canaan. And you still want to rule because you weren't given the opportunity. And every chance you can, you're both going to want to be in power. And neither one of you can do it because both of these nations, family, let me tell you right now, they don't give a shit about their people. They don't. They don't. If they did, they wouldn't lie to them so much.
Hay una frase que ellos escribieron en el documento sagrado, que es el Popol Vuh, cuando dijeron que todos se levanten, que no haya ni uno, ni dos, ni uno que se adelante, ni otro que se quede atrás, todos juntos, todos de la mano. Es una visión que se ha visto y que poco a poco se ha empezado a reunirnos todos los pueblos indígenas en todo el mundo. Se han hecho encuentros, nos hemos encontrado, hemos empezado a tener la oportunidad de conocer las otras culturas, de fusionar todas estas culturas. Cuando nos encontramos con los indígenas del norte, del sur, del este, del oeste, nos unifica los puntos cósmicos, la salida del sol, la entrada del sol, el aire, el agua, la madre tierra, el corazón del cielo, el corazón de la tierra.
Israel do in Latin America and why we should talk about it? Well, let's talk about it. Did you guys know that Israel helped and trained Guatemalan special forces to massacre indigenous people in the killing fields? This led to 200,000 indigenous Mayans dying at the hands of Israeli trained people. Do you guys remember when the 43 students in Mexico went missing and it turned out that the government tried covering it up? Well, did you guys know that Israel helped the Mexican government cover that up by sending espionage and counterintelligence units? Did you guys also know that Israel helped General Pinochet come to power in Chile by overthrowing President Allende? This is actually my favorite one. Did you guys know that Israel hired ex-Nazi officers from World War II to train and help Bolivian far-right militias execute and kill indigenous people and socialist leaders such as Che Guevara, who was a revolutionary stationed in Bolivia at the time? Did you guys also know that Israel helped train the far-right militias in the Salvadorian Civil War that massacred and killed the indigenous resistance movement?
You guys got to watch that movie, Salvador. That's an interesting movie. I was watching it last night. This is what he's talking about. Excuse me. Sorry about that, fam. Salvador movie. This one. With this guy right here.
Today, chaos has descended on tiny El Salvador in Central America.
I think it's going to blow in El Salvador real soon. I thought if you guys could get me a new press card and $2,000, I could get you some really good stuff. What do you say?
Try to halt the infiltration into the Americas by terrorists.
You said Guatemala, man. You didn't say anything about El Salvador. They kill people here, boy.
If I can get some good combat shots for AP, I can make some money.
Why are they blocking the road?
Stop asking why, man. This ain't Gringo Land, okay?
Oh, God, man.
Hands on your head.
Esperas.
Didn't just disappear. Nobody just disappears in El Salvador. They got him. That doesn't have anything to do with us. Was it your sense of justice?
Es necesario.
You become just like them.
It is widely rumored, sir, that you are the head of the death squads terrorizing the city.
Every movie, family, watch it.
This should not come as a surprise. The United States and Israel terrorized in the Salvadorian Civil War that massacred and killed the indigenous resistance movement. This should not come as a surprise. The United States and Israel terrorizing Latin America. It's to be expected. Two settler, colonial, genocidal countries working together to erase indigenous people in Latin America. We've seen that before. This time it will not happen.
Now let's talk about this asshole, the first governor of California, Peter Burnett.
Governor of California, Peter Burnett, did issue an order for the extermination of all Native Americans in the state.
That's right, we took their river, their land, and that. Now let's talk about J.G. Boswell. He was moving west because his farm in the south got destroyed by cotton-eating insects. In 1921, he bought a bunch of land on the shores of Lake Tulare. In the 1920s, the lake was already, really low, but he saw the potential in turning the rest of it into a farm. This man didn't just want a normal farm, he wanted an empire. He and his family quickly started bribing government officials. Number one thing they wanted was well-placed dams to help drain the rivers that help fill that lake. Instead, diverting that river water into irrigation canals. And they got what they wanted. By the 1930s, Lake Tulare was gone. And he had cotton farms that are still here to this day that are huge. Last thing I want to say is, yes, bad farming practices did affect this lake. But this man's greed is the real reason why that lake is gone today.
Show you this real quick before we finish. Let me read that. Psalms 119, 128. Therefore, I esteem all thy precepts concerning all things to be right. And I hate every false way. You see that? That's the hate you're supposed to have. Yeah, well, check this out, man. Check it out. You're actually on the right page. I'm glad you bring that up because I'm going to show you. So let's go through the list of papal bulls. Okay. This has been going on since 1059. Now, remember, keep in mind that these white and black folks, right, or Africans and Europeans, however you want to call them, they keep talking about how they ruled Europe. Blacks want to say they ruled Europe. Whites want to say they ruled Europe. Okay, fine. Both of y'all did rule. So then my question to you guys is, which one of you guys wrote these bulls? Was it the white popes or the black ones? Because these are all papal bulls that you guys wrote. This is not us. Now, my main concern is this one right here, at this point, right here. Because we start seeing an actual move. There's a lot of wars going on right now at this time between 1200 and 13 between the blacks and whites. Again, okay? This is not new. And they brought their shit over here. So now we start seeing papal bulls being written by this guy first, Dum Dervisa. Now, they say that he's like this, but is he? I mean, black people want to say that they were ruling Europe. So was this guy blackety black? Was this Pope a Negro? The one that was sleeping with his daughters and his kids? I mean, very sexual kind of nature. Anyways, another one, 1456. And then the one that pertains to you, dummies, you so-called Mexicans, because they like to call you Hispanics dumb, is these right here. Now, remember, this was written in 1493. Okay? So check this out. The Doctrine of Discovery. The Doctrine of Discovery is disputed interpretation of international law during the Age of Discovery, which was in the years that we just went over, Papal Bull years, introduced in the United States municipal law by U.S. Supreme Court Justice John Marshall in 1823. In Marshall's formulation, the doctrine, discovery of territory previously known to Europeans, gave the discovering nation title to the territory against all other European nations. This was also against you guys. Okay, now, check this out. So your brother mentioned Monroe Doctrine. It correlates. It connects. I'm glad you brought it up, bro. The Monroe Doctrine was written in a policy position that opposes European colonialism in the Western Hemisphere. Now, this doctrine was when? Boom. The same year, 1823. So they used the doctrine of discovery to write the Monroe Doctrine, which then was then used against you when? In 1846. That's why they went to war. The full document, Doctrine of Discovery, Quincy Adams, blah, 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 blah. Da, 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 da. I'm glad you bring it up, bro, because it correlates. Now, this is why Doctrine of Discovery connects with the Treaty of Guadalupe. Blatant lie. So-called war between Mexico and America. They used the Doctrine of Discovery, which then they wrote the doctrine, the Monroe Doctrine, to justify the war against the Treaty of Guadalupe. Oh, yeah. In every single treaty, there's always been a deception. Papal Bull, deception. Doctrine of Discovery, deception. Monroe Doctrine, deception. The justification of the U.S. Marshal, I'm sorry, the court case in it's 1823. That justified this, which justified this, which justified this, which justifies this, and this, and this. Because here they use the Doctrine of Discovery or the Monroe Doctrine to justify the Constitution of Mexico. Oh man, it gets lovely and lovely and lovely. I'm telling you, family. That's why you guys need to understand. When you say you hate every false way, you should. Now, for you brothers that are still listening, thank you very much. I want to share this with y'all because you remember this. Every good tree bears good fruit. That's not unknown. But you people that are going around saying all kinds of shit and you don't even know the Bible, man, you need to be very mindful of what you're saying. So I'm going to call you out on this right now, and you know who you are. Matthew 12:36, it says this. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. Okay? Hope you guys have I hope you guys had a great show, because you know Ocho Chicloso loves to call that. But anyways, fam, I appreciate y'all, man. I got to run. You know, I got called on. I got to take care of some stuff. But again, I hope it was edifying. And hope we can, have another class tomorrow. If not, the next following day. And if you guys can, family, pray for me, please. I got a very big issue going on in the household with my son. He's dealing with some real stuff. Okay, so if you guys can, I would appreciate it. His name is Eric. Okay, if you have him in your prayers, that would be good. Y'all take care. I'll try to do a class tomorrow. Okay, shalom. I hope it was edifying. All right.
Traigo a los gangsters más gangsters de la zona y vengo con la familia gang. ¿Cómo dice? Llaman al rey. Traigo el mensaje puro y crudo para el momento. No palabras vanas que rompen los sentimientos. Lucharé y derribaré los muros del lamento. Pídeme pues te daré los sueños que están muertos. Nunca el demonio dio mensajes de amor, pero tampoco los dio el ángel que nos abandona. Quizás miremos diferente el reloj, pero tu cielo es el infierno donde el amor murió. Political violence, criminal silence, physical redemption hasta que acabe el baile. Typical style, musical fraile. Mucha es la promesa en la que se han llevado el aire. Love, 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 siente verdad como doy mi corazón. No more, no more, no more. It's a reggae cypher, feed the world. What time is it? Es de reventar el beat. Throw the tangle in the street. Reggae music on the hit. Romperemos las barreras que crearon para ti, pues llegaron los señores y la paz de nuevo aquí. What time is it? Es de reventar el beat. Throw the tangle in the street. Reggae music on the hit. Romperemos las barreras que crearon para ti, pues llegaron los señores señores y la paz de nuevo aquí.
Fue que me brotaron alas y ganas de volar. En las buenas mi terreno lleno, en las malas solar. Un muro que decorar, mis hermanos me sirven de guía, mi estrella polar. Guarda los hilos, me duele hasta respirar. Solo quiero ver verdad. Sigo buscándome lejos de lo que piensas. Más fácil de lo que crees, el esfuerzo trae recompensas. Vale la experiencia si es intensa. No tires de la cuerda si está tensa. Miraban al ocaso con tristeza. Las estrellas devolvían con grandeza su mirar. Nos vimos floreciendo en la maleza. La belleza de las piezas y comienzan a encajar.
El de reventar el beat. Reggae music and the hit. Romperemos las barreras que crearon para ti, pues llegaron los señores y la paz de nuevo aquí. What time is it? El de reventar el beat. Reggae music and the hit. Romperemos las barreras que crearon para ti, pues llegaron los señores y la paz de nuevo aquí.
51, 52, con un micro de bambú, más vueltas que Passepartout. Me siento en la old school. It's magnetic kung fu, it's a reggae magnatur. Por las almas sonrientes que acompañan a Zazú. En bambalinas y balú, son rimas de menú, no salidas de Benur, pero cálida y del sur. Homie, always lonely, but I feeling like a gangsta. 52, 53, a mí sí me ves venir, por eso me llaman King, ese fue mi devenir. De marchar o seguir, nunca tuve que elegir, la music me eligió a mí, no tengo nada más que decir. Saifa, Puniga, Loba, Grimble, Fire, Killaman, Smoker, Chusta, Feel Light, Rasta, Child Metal, Kimanes, Original Reggae, Saifa again.
Interna en la villa del pingüino, entre los Kalin en la antena y los que se encuentran dormidos zarandeas tus emociones cual barril de vino, cosas feas quizás en tus ideas, pero aquí no, yo no atino, disparo sin mirar a todo aquel vampiro que el diente quiera hincarme, bro. Si lo digo, no es para pensar, sino para aclarar lo que de siempre estás pensando. Acaba el tan magnífico, imposible de torcer metal, soltar my friend, yo. Reggae warriors again, making connection after connection, my new world, creating the freedom from them, me more. Nanny boy, represent this game.
What time is it? Es de reventar el beat. Jungle in the street. Reggae music and the hit. Romperemos las barreras que crearon para ti, pues llegaron los señores y la paz de nuevo aquí. What time is it? Es de reventar el beat. Jungle in the street. Reggae music and the hit. Romperemos las barreras que crearon para ti, pues llegaron los señores y la paz de nuevo aquí.
Falta presentación si existe nivel. Sobreviviendo en Babilonia escribí al papel mis problemas cuando al final pude entender que para ser feliz solo tienes que querer. Que solamente hay una vida y es para vivir. Busca siempre una alternativa para seguir. No dejes nunca que te digan que no es así. Y prende un poco de sativa para estar chill. Ey, superando ansiedades con el humo de cancha. Manchas de un pasado trágico en la cancha. Seguimos siendo fuertes, su mierda no me engancha. Mientras otros esperando a que lleguen en lancha. No matter where you come, no matter where you come from. Solo importa que prestes atención a este sound. Desde the original, Killaman al mando. Oh, na, na, na.
Mira, soy un warrior, sonido legendario. Disfruto cada segundo cuando me subo al escenario. Tengo fuego en los labios, sigo cual mercenario. Pasos de gigante y cora revolucionario. Siento que es necesario, suena el reggae en los barrios, para que cale el mensaje y para salvar a los más sabios. Entre mi imaginario, quemo cheques bancarios. Si vienes con la mala vibra, mejor bro, cambia tu itinerario. Ya, 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 ya. Cuando ruge el león suena la música real. Venimos con el ya, 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 ya. Sonido de guión es el sonido original. Ya, 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 ya. Reggae de corazón es el que se hace en unidad. Ya, 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 ya. What time is it? Es de reventar el beat. Reggae music and the hit. Romperemos las barreras que crearon para ti, pues llegaron los señores y la paz de nuevo aquí. What time is it? Es de reventar el beat. Reggae music and the hit. y la pos de nuevo aquí.
Muero porque toques el cielo, pero no el suelo, así que créetelo. Quítate el velo velozmente, bro. Vívete tu sueño, pero despierta a la hora que toca. Esa hora, motherfucker, wake up.
Yo me meo en tu cubata antes. Bebo, matar ratas, son tan. Vaya al bosque a lo Tarzán mientras enlazan. Fraternidad en casa con su polo, colisteras trenas. Te han dejado en el desván de su pensar un mar de ideas. Son grandes ideas ardiendo en chimeneas antiguas. Ríe Dios al ver que te santiguas. Su mente y su luz son ambiguas como mi voz. Lo que para ti es un don, para mí una misión fija. Mis versos son de ninja, tu poesía pa' pijas que no se fijan, caen más allá del cristal. La matriz hipnotiza, mi energía os hace trizas. Yo en mi nave nodriza, comiendo pizza con piña, moldeo taroides, vórtices. Con mi mente arbores, gente junto con isimilos para crear pegasos en ese perro. Cánticos lemurianos me hacen sentir como en mi hogar. La noche se avecina y se afilan colmillos de vampiras psíquicas. Frecuencias del malestar las alimentan. Nuestro deber es tenerlas raquíticas. Bazookas espaciales latada con la función del sol central, causando desinformaciones bíblicas. Todo lo existente es relativo, o al menos la materia que te describo. Soy antipersonas como las minas y mino. La moral del que venga a negar lo que digo con la mira pues tan sombrigo. Si me retiro del partido que sea como Figo, conocidos en me la pela en verdad. Si en mi barrio me conocen más que tú a tu enamorada. No hay payasos, solo en anémonas. Cigarcolada Andrómeda eres. Conserva tus células primigenias o no podrás volar. El virus se llevó a unos cuantos, pero el ego a más. Se elevó el más a la opulencia, digo ciencia. Debajo el Satanás en el espejo. Jesucristo, la conciencia del flash. La tierra y su paz están vibrando. Los sentimientos son la trampa que están manejando. Los hilos de los cuales tú y tu ego estáis medio colgando. No es que yo sea un superdotado, ni tú un tonto. Solo lo que tú sabes de mierda yo sobre el cosmos. Que los tuyo y profundamente sano me lo tomo. Si no ya hubiera ido a visitar al doctor, porque no soy devoto, mucho menos un santo. Yo jamás voto, pero dale que asalto. Cuando en verdad sé que tendría que sudarme todo la polla, pero pienso que hay que vivir por algo. Que en el letargo cure lo enfermo, sabor amargo, remedio eterno. Me pregunto a toda esa gente que le he hecho y canalizo desde el cielo un verbo al cielo, bro.
Ical, hijo, abre los ojos. Tu cuerpo se queda con nosotros, pero tu espíritu debe seguir. Busca la luz. Aléjate de las sombras. Deja que nuestro dolor sea tu fuerza. Desde aquí iluminamos tu camino. lucha como nosotros ante esta pena tan grande. Yo soy tú eres yo. La muerte que hoy nos separa, mañana volverá a unirnos. Eres libre, hijo.